We are talking this morning about the relationship between the supervisors and the students and their schools. There is this allegations that students pay monies, students corrupt their supervisors, and so.
You were going to answer the question of money changing hands between research students and their supervisors and every other person in the chain.
And you declared that
He's never experienced that.
You have never experienced that, but have you heard about it?
Yes, I've heard about it. Yes, sometimes I heard about it, especially in the professional schools, the economy.
Do you see that those are possibilities? Given the surrounding environment, given the atmosphere, do you think that could possibly be?
It can be possible, because sometimes when you look at, I was like going back to the issue of salaries of civil servants in Cameroon. Sometimes when you
go ahead.
Sometimes when you even see the pay package of the lecturers themselves, you may be tempted, you have the impression that at one point or the other they may be tempted to take bribes from rich students. Sometimes, take for instance, some of us who go to school, stay on foot or by taxi, and when sometimes you bought those overcrowded taxis and you meet a lecturer in one of those taxis, right? And the very first is asking yourself, that is it that the lecturer is reckless with the money that's given to him, or is that they're not well paid? Because normally you expect the lecturer perhaps to not come to school in a car, things like that. But in all this, we see that they are not well paid.
And if they have to come to campus to answer to the request of 30 students all the time,
I think so.
It might be a very difficult thing for them. Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Awafong Julius.
How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you should. We will be. How many dissertations do you have in front of you now?
It is in my computer anyway. It is uncountable. There are so many of them that applied from. You have the University of Yaounde one, the ENS, the ASMA, even the University of SOA.
And somebody was just commenting that she hopes that you just produce them and you don't write them for the candidates.
No, I don't. I'm not qualified for that.
Well,
even
if you are not qualified to write, probably because they may be on very different topics, and some that do not even concern your area of education.
Sure.
But there is one thing that an institution or an organization like yours should be able to do some kind of editing, proofreading, editing, and correcting, because at times we see some of the theses and dissertations and the that go for presentation push it to you with not only typographical errors, but grammatical and many other kinds of
errors and things like
errors that you find in those. So how well equipped are you in trying to in doing that kind of job?
Yeah. Sorry. I've had experience for almost 10 years now, and what I'm specialized in is the methodology, especially how to enter citations and how to enter the footnoting system and how to come out with a bibliography. So that's where I really...
And do you have other people who work with you who look at the other aspects
like grammar and all of that?
Not really, because I'm alone.
Okay.
And most of these students themselves proofread.
Okay.
At times, I also encounter some errors, simple errors, not because they're not perfect, but because they are simply omitted, and I correct them.
Okay. Now, Julius, what has been your experience with these students? I'm sure when they come, you discuss with them, they discuss amongst themselves.
Yeah.
They should be facing some problems. We are talking this morning about the relationship between the supervisors and the students and their schools. There is this allegations that students pay monies, students corrupt their supervisors, and so. I mean, you who are on a daily basis dealing with these students, can you say no or yes to that allegation?
I will just say what the students usually tell me, not yes or no. You just asked Nyaa, good morning to Nyaa first.
Good morning.
You just asked me a question. He will not tell you yes or no, because he is in there. If he say yes, I'll give you money, he will have problems. So it's not only here, because if you read some experience in other universities around Africa, like in Ghana or in Uganda or even in Slovenia or in Russia, those who are in the milieu, especially students like Nyaa, would not even say a word, else he puts himself in danger. So that's how corruption in the university milieu works. But I've been working with students for 10 years, history from the anthropology department, philosophy, English, African literature and civilization, history and geography from the University of Yaounde, the ENS especially, most of them come from there. And they'll be having a common complaint all the time. You know, when they come in, they have just 2 years and they leave. So it's always when they're writing their thesis that they come in with all kinds of complaints, especially the difficulties they go through when they're writing this thing. Like, for example, whenever they come, like this year, let me just take the recent example. Maybe I should start last year. Some students from a department, I will not name the department, there were 6 of them in number. They came and we were working on their dissertation. And they were crying because their supervisor, because there were 6 of them, their supervisor, asked them to contribute 50,000 francs each and send to him so that he was in Bamenda, so they can come and sit and prove it and defend their work and make it go easy. So that's an example I got. They were complaining that they were begging the guy to reduce from 50,000 to 30,000. Yeah, so that's another complaint I got from them. I'm not saying that right, but it is a common complaint. If something is common, it means there's some reality behind it. And there's also this phenomenon of students who have to buy wine for their supervisors. And some supervisors have special wine that they ask the students to buy.
Of course.
I don't take any kind of wine. If you want to teach your defense, you have to buy this particular type of wine. I don't take any kind of wine. They always complain that, and they complain that because a particular professor or doctor always asks them that particular thing. So, to me, it's not like it's a truth or it's a lie. That's what they complain.
No, but when they complain, when I go to the campuses in the teacher training college, for instance, when I see the excitement with which the students do that, I don't have the impression they are doing it with any difficulty. It's like they're all bracing up to prepare a package for their supervisor on the day of the defense. They're happy
become
doing
a tradition, a common practice.
And sometimes it turns out to be competition among the students who is going to offer the best, or which department is going to offer the best to their supervisors.
To the best of my knowledge, excuse me, to the best of my knowledge, it is not a competition because most of these students don't work and they always cry of poverty. And even those who work, because some of them are graduates from an ex-family, that's the first one. They hide their identity. They don't want their supervisors to do that. They're working. I don't have money because they will extort more money from them. So I don't think it's a matter of competition, trying to give more money to they want to economize.
Now, Julius, let's come back to the essential. When you see all of what is happening, students complaining about their supervisors, about their teachers, and so on and so forth, has that got any impact on the quality? You say you are not qualified to assess the quality, but at least do you think that it has an impact? What kind of impact has that got on the way they work? I mean, and the products that they are. That is the quality of knowledge they have. They, the students.
You know what I've realized is some students complain a lot, and they have the right to. You see, sometimes students complain that when you are in class, you want the performances of some students really wonder them how they got admission into that university, especially during group discussions, because their performances are very poor. But when it comes to tests and exams, they perform best. So that's a complaint they always lay out here. And during defenses, some of the students who are very smart in class have that kind of 13 and 12, while some students, girls, maybe different.
Or the person who gives the biggest package to the supervisor or the
have like 16 and 16.5. But some of them are really hardworking because when I start their memoirs, there are some students, when I start, I really enjoy the work because it flows and I gain a lot from the work. But some students' memoirs are just like they're cutting and pasting from the internet and from Wikipedia and you see. But they end up having good marks because
you should have you should have a world of knowledge there because of the work that you're reading.
What is the way forward, Julius?